inspired you? Yeah.
Oh, well, actually that was what inspired me to get into magazine writing. Getting into novel writing was a whole different story. My sister and I both had publication credits, but not in fiction. And we really didn't know each other very well. She moved to Alaska when she was 20, and I'm 5.5 years older. So right about the time we would have been friends, she was thousands of miles away, and my mom was the conduit who told each of us what was happening. Mom got sick. Phyllis came to LA to help me get her settled. And as we talked and got to know each other, we realized that we liked a lot of the same things. And the binding thing was that we both loved funny mysteries. And there we were, both published writers. So about a week later, I sent her a message. No, there was no email then. I called her, and I said, what would you think about creating our own mystery series? I kind of had this idea about an over-the-hill hippie who lives in Juneau, Alaska, and runs an antique shop, and her twin sister, who is a Beverly Hills widow, who writes an advice column, and she's very selfish and manipulative. She said, that sounds like you, Morgan. And I said, well, you're the hippie.
And she lives in Juneau.
And, right. And so we created the identical twins, the Silver Sisters. And we loosely modeled them on ourselves. Actually, Goldie is pure Phyllis, but I always have to qualify it and say that Godiva is much more selfish than I am. I didn't live in Beverly Hills, but at one time I did live 2 houses outside of Beverly Hills. If you crossed the street, it was Beverly Hills. And I'm not an advice columnist, but people are always asking me for advice. So the Silver Sisters were born, and now we are working on the 4th book in the series. Incidentally, A Corpse in the Soup, the first book, was named the Best Mystery Audiobook of 2007 by USA Book News. So we kind of did what we set out to do.
Well, that's perfect.